Hello again. Welcome back. This is me, Al, and this here will be 115 in this series, where I've finally added that project back in, which is essentially done. And I guess I don't really need to go over doing it because we've gone over everything necessary leading up to doing it, except of course, we even went over this part, but I changed this slightly. In new files, which I'm testing here in my unit test program, takes some kind of file specifier, a flag for recursion, and then a new file proc. And originally I had that as being as receiving a pointer to string, constant string reference, and a p void. I changed that to return to it receiving a kind of structure, a constant pointer to a type of structure, and that same optional argument. Now what this structure shows or gives is it gives you it calls back on this function, on this new function, for more than one reason. The first most important reason, if a match was found. Another reason is if a file was skipped, was a non-match, okay, it gets called back when a subdirectory is a subdirectory search begins and when a subdirectory search ends. So you could use that to bracket, if you wanted to bracket a particular part of the search and see, maybe only print out stuff from a certain subdirectory or make it an option or something. But the main reason for having all these extra callbacks is the following. Now here in this unit test, let me just go to what we originally had. Temp text. Okay, now what I have in my new proc is if the current action is a matched file, print out the pointer to string, which is the other part of this structure that's passed in, and that should print out all of the text files in that directory. So I run this, and there are the 9 files that we saw before. If I add recursion, we get a few more files. Okay. Now, let's take a scenario where we're going to get a lot of match. Well, first let's take a scenario where we're going to get a lot of matches, like C Windows .exe recursive. That should give lots of matches. Okay, I run this program, and as you can see, I'm getting lots of matches. Now, it looks like the program might be hung here at this point, but as you can see, it wasn't hung. It was just busy continuing the search, looking for more EXEs. Now, there's nothing to indicate that that's going on. So, what would be useful, you would think, would be to have some sort of indicator, get rid of that, as to the fact that the program is not hung, but it's just searching. Now, one possibility, I need these, would be to print out the file part that it's searching, and so print out the non-matches, but all on the same line. So I want to like erase the line and print something out, erase what's currently there, and print out the line. So one way to do that, sorry, this video being as long as it is, I decided to cut some bits out that attempt to print out the lines. It doesn't work for a particular reason. There's some wrapping going on, so we can't erase the current line. But I want to just insert a little bit that I did leave out from this one, and it's just something to do with recursion and stack, and there's some missing audio, but the words before the missing audio are, I think, the problem with these recursive functions is that algorithms is that you tend to run out of stack pretty quick, and so I'm trying to minimize that. For instance, I don't want these progress pointers to accumulate on the stack. So when the callback occurs, I declare one, do the callback, and then by the time it gets to this line, that allocation would have disappeared. Similarly here. But if I declared one here at the top and used it for its various purposes, then that will be 5 bytes or more that will be added to the stack each time through this, and then when we go into another recursion, that's another 5 bytes on the stack. We're already passing 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 20 bytes per call, which is quite a lot. So adding another 5 makes that 25. Now this part, again, no extra stack for this. There's only temporary use of the stack for this, and then it's released by the time we get here. It doesn't really matter for this one. It's always going to be 5, and then we're going to hit root. So this one could really, if I wanted to, I could move that outside. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Okay, well that's probably why I changed to a different method. Instead of printing that out, I got one of my spinner things. That's a timeout value, and it has to be started. Now all you got to do is say update, and it'll print out that thing rotating around without changing any lines, and that should look okay. That looks okay. And we're looking for star.exe. So far those are matches, although I don't know why that matches. Let's exe something. But this at least indicates that the program's not hung. Let's see, now continue. To be really correct, I'm supposed to stop the spinner. That erases the current bar slash or whatever, and then restart it. Because it's printed out one of these characters, right? And that character is still sitting on the line, so stop just gets rid of it. So although you probably didn't notice, some of those lines started with the spinner character, and they shouldn't have. So now that not only does that now indicate give us an indication of the fact that the program is not hung. It's faster now because it's that directory thing walked through enough times that it's become cached. And we can use program files. In which case we need quote. And before doing that, what I'd like to do is allow an opportunity to interrupt the enumeration. So if I hit a key, I want it to stop. So if I return not KB hit, then if keyboard has not been hit, then true. But if we touch the keyboard, that'll be false, and that should stop the enumeration at any point. Well, at least as long as there's input. So see, it's slow, right? I hit escape and it stopped. Okay, nothing else. So now that's true in general, and it's especially important if it's a file. Like there are a lot of exes in program files, but probably not so many text files. In which case you really wouldn't know if the program's doing anything. Actually, there are a lot of text files. Try something else. Let me get into that last slash. How about what would be there but is unlikely to be there, or less likely? Program files. I don't know. Sometimes NFO is this file that is included with certain installed programs. Let's see if we get any. supposed to mean info. I'm not getting any of those. But we might. The program's not hung, it's certainly still searching. But I'm going to escape. Let's try. Any file. People don't use any files very often anymore. Says I, speaking too soon. Look at all these any files. Okay, I'm going to escape it. So, hey. Oh no, that's just really. No. Well, those are minuses, alright. Just a coincidence. Okay, so I can hit escape and I can get out. So that's the one advantage, is that you can indicate progress. Now the other thing that I added while I was away was some support for the console. I added two functions because this var info has a help. I still have to fix that. I don't like this display. But look at the length of the help text. It's long, and it typically won't fit on the in the box. So what I wanted it to do is, like a lot of programs do, print out as much as it can, and then pause. Then you press a key, and it'll continue. So that's what that does. Also request help request. See, it's printed all the way up to here, and now it's just waiting for a key. Press a key, and it's printed out some more, and there's still more to come, and it's waiting for me to press a key. And now it's actually finished. You'll notice that the text, press any key to continue, disappeared. See, as well as blah blah blah. I press this. Here's the as well as line. But above that, there's no press any key. So I erase this line and continue on. And this last one is part of the compiler. Put that in. You should change mine so you can tell the difference. Where did I put that? Disk. Yeah. It's called console pause. Now this is a lot trickier than I thought it would be. I already had the code, but it wasn't working. Probably because I didn't press get uppercase. Just so you can tell. Okay, so that's mine. That's mine, and that's not mine. But I don't like that. This is my desired interface. Now, so it's file spec. I should have a 0 here, shouldn't I? Fix that. That would match all files from dtemp having text extension, Or another example was that, and what I wanted to be able to do is be able to put a semicolon so I can include more patterns with the same directory and not have to type the same directory name over again. Okay. If there's no directory specifier, it takes the current directory. And so there are these three examples. So here's one where dtext, current directory mp3s, as well as .doc or .temp under C users documents. Okay. Now here are all the switches. The spinner, I made a flag. Show the spinner to indicate progress. Recurse for recurse, and here are the 12 possible strings. I did check, and ANSI works fine. It doesn't have to be Unicode. So you can compile this without Unicode. I explained a bit about conflict, and I give an example. Okay. Now, I could run the example. This is the example. Program file, DLL, Windows exe. Program file, DLL, and minus recurse. Now the default is to give all information. So if this is compiled, now how does the program work? Look at that. It's really not, there's nothing to it now. We've done all the work. The only thing that I did to simplify things was I took all of these, the 12 possible strings, and made them into a bitmap, made it a bitmask type thing. Okay. And then line these up in exactly the order that they appear in the resource. Now, if that ever changes, the program wouldn't work properly. Hopefully that doesn't change. Comments, company, file desk, file ver. Comments, company, file desk, file ver. Internal, legal copy, trademark, original. Internal, copyright, trademark, original. Private, product, version, special. Private, product, version. Prod, verb, special. Okay. So running through the example with we'll have a spinner, no spinner. Whoops. Oh, that's right. So here it is going through the directories. Sometimes you'll notice, I hit pause here, because I lost them. Sometimes you don't get any version information. I'll hit pause by select there. Okay. So now these ones don't have version information. What I don't like about this output, well, file, that should certainly go there. Language, well, it looks okay, I guess. I guess it's not too bad. The question is how usable will it be for a batch file? You know, can I make efficient use of this in a batch file? Oh, I already included the KB hit here to escape. We'll just turn the spinner on just to show you that going. We've already used, it's already been through this directory, so it's too fast now. Now that should be spinning. Well, let's try a different directory. Program files, Windows. How about there's a lot of files that are there. Okay, it's spinning. It seems okay. Oh no, that's a mistake. Now I don't know what's going on here. That should have had a carriage return. Oh, it's this problem with that. I use this character for a trademark, and I don't know, for some reason it seems to negate me. It has a problem with put s. Anyway, it's getting there. It's pretty close. Pretty close to what I want. And there's really no, all the code is just checking against each flag. If print comment. Now I have a thing called value string, which extracts the string from the version info thing, and this wrap at, all that does is fixes the output. Except for that one messed up. Let's try. Let's see. I don't want this wrapping down to here, and I have a special function that it's called wrap at. Really, what it means is print within a box and try to not cut off words, and then box. It's kind of backwards. This is the amount on the left, and this is the furthest, the right hand side of the box. But anyway. I wonder if I could fix the well, I don't know how much there is to say about this program. As for its usefulness, that will rely on what I want to find out. I need one more flag on here. I want to print out things that don't have no verb. That's not right. Number. Does that conflict? No. Okay. Why this? Print only the matches not containing any further info. I've already removed client anyway. So, yeah, what I want to do is another Boolean. So I'm going to call that info is empty, do that, sure. These ones would have written information, so I would skip them in that case. But you see how easy it is to just add more and more stuff. So now, we have to redirect. Take the big one. What did I always redirect? Everything has version information. Come on. I'm searching for U-test the axes. No, not that. Here. Okay, so now I'm only getting things that don't have version information. Now, I also don't want to have these lines in that case. So maybe It may be true that I never want those lines in that case. Probably don't, because this is the case where I definitely want to use it in a batch file. Okay. I just want a list of file names, right? Because I'm not looking for the version information. I don't need any delimiter. Well, not good enough as it is. Okay, now what I should do instead is put this into a file. Word. Okay. And then I could use the forcing to go through the file. Anyway, but that's my business. I'd like to get a list of all things that don't have any version information and then try and find out what they are. Okay, so there's a program that has some slight usefulness. The output, what it needs is a bare type output where I can select, let's say, company name, and all I want it to do is print out just the file name, like that. I specify the company name, and I specify I just want the file name printed out or something. Then I could search for all files that are Microsoft, or search for, or have a not, instead of no verb here, well, no verb, but one more flag that does the opposite operation. Print out all files that are not Microsoft, and then I want to print out what it is instead. So it's just a matter of fiddling with these flags and modifying the output. This will take a while. And then I quit. Did quit finally. See, they hardly found anything. It's doing a lot of searching. Like, what's this easy hook doing here in my System 32? Right? I think I'm just going to delete that. That might be using that mhook DLL, which causes, and it's got a 60. It's definitely that. Definitely. How was it delete those? I don't know. When did they get When did they get put there? They won't work though. I've already set up my registry so that mhook. There's something called mhook, which people can use to make global system-wide hooks on your system. Like monitor the keyboard and get your bank account number and stuff like that. It's in System 32, not program files. I want to find out who put that there. $3.13. That's been there since $3.13. I want to see though if something tries to access it. Last access. Last modified. Access. Date. Accessed. Probably doesn't say much. See, you find things out. Somebody's trying to hook things on my system without my knowledge. It doesn't export anything. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But what it does is it modifies in memory user 32 or user DLL. No. I want to know who's using it. Well, now that's something a little mystery for me. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. I want to find out what program is using it. How did it get installed? When did I install something? That is March. Missed whatever it wasn't through the regular installer. So this is later than that. I doubt it's this. Well, certainly. I'm going to take ownership of it. Has removing with, it doesn't matter. I don't want my user to be able to do anything with it. So I can delete it, I can change its attributes. Okay, system can't touch it. This should catch up. Okay. Oh, I denied myself that. Yep. I put in the wrong column. I can delete and write after. Well, just delete. Okay. Well, I don't care. I'm not a 64-bit system. But we'll see. If something stops working, I'll know what component installed that thing and is expecting it to work. They won't be able to open it or read from it. So if it shouldn't be able to be loaded into. It shouldn't be able to be loaded into any process. We'll see what happens. Okay. See ya. Hey, by the way, I found out which program installed that hook, and it's something called SpeedBit, which I had already uninstalled, and I did a search through the registry. If you'll notice, oops. This directory was created on the same date, and that's the only one that I found that was created, and it's 4:57 p.m., which matches exactly, I believe, with that DLL, the evil DLL. Easy book. 4 a.m., right? 4:56 457. So there is something called SpeedBit, which you should be aware of. And I don't know how it got installed on my system. Probably when I installed something else, it installed it. In the registry, I found it all over the place. There's privilege escalation flags and all sorts of things associated with it. And these are several of the registry keys associated with it. I deleted all of these keys, but they do show up still under certain other keys, and I'm not sure if I should, if they belong specifically to SpeedBit or if they're something else, like under Internet Explorer. Privilege escalation policy has one of these keys listed in it. So SpeedBit gets to be an administrator, through some mechanism involving Internet Explorer. And then make a global hook and get your bank info or whatever. So I just thought I'd tack that on the end. Check your system for something called SpeedBit, and if you find it, uninstall it definitely. Find those hook DLLs. And see free download management, right? Because I installed a video converter. I see, and just temporarily it didn't work very well, and I uninstalled it. But it didn't uninstall this SpeedBit. One thing I noticed is after after getting rid of it, BitTorrent started working again for me. I haven't been getting any connections, for several days, and for some strange reason, seems maybe not SpeedBit that's one to blame for that, but the availability of this DLL, this hooking DLL, which could modify the way your system behaves, could have something to do with it. That's no longer a possibility. I don't want to delete this because it's like a slot that is no longer available. If I delete this, maybe it'll come back again. So if this is here, nobody can overwrite it. Nobody can read it. Nobody can delete it. I can delete it. So, I might even take that privilege away from my user. Because when I'm logged on, I'm me. So, yeah, in fact, I think I will get rid of that privilege. Security. Deny. System denial. I get advanced. I shouldn't allow myself to be able to delete it. In fact, I should explicitly deny that possibility. And to read it, well, I already own it, so that's okay. I should not be able to write any attributes. Just leave it as it is, or change its permissions in any way. Okay. You have to realize that when you're logged on, okay, that's where the danger is, okay? Because whatever is going on in my system is happening on my behalf. So denying those types of access to myself denies any program run on my behalf, like Internet Explorer, to have those accesses. And the only two things I have here are system, which is just deny everything. So I don't see how anything can do anything with it. I could deny myself everything. The only problem is that will I be completely locked out? Eventually, I'd like to get rid of it. I think I'll leave it as it is. And whatever, you know, it's dead in the water anyway. Can't be used for other reasons. Okay, so I just tack that on the end. Check around for speed bit is not a good thing.